Greetings friends, it's Heidi with Heidonian Living, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about the concept of work fits into the time allotted. This is actually a Heidonianized version of Parkinson's law, which is that work expands to fill the time available to complete it. And this can be a negative thing if you're not really being on purpose with how you plan your time. It can also be a really powerful positive thing if you are being on purpose with how you plan your time. And it never ceases to amaze me how working from my 6 most important things to-do list, which I did in another Heidonian segment, actually came from the same chapter in Mary Kay Ash's Miracles Happen book on the $35,000 list. These two concepts go hand in hand. And that's why when you only have 5 or 10 minutes, but you know what you'd like to get done, it's amazing how much you can get done in 5 or 10 minutes because you know that's the only time you have. Versus if you have no set deadline or no set guideline of when you'd like to accomplish things, they take so much longer. Beautiful example that Mary Kay Ash actually uses in her book is about, I think she's talking about her in-laws, but you can think about this, anybody coming to town and unexpectedly, right? It's amazing how you can clean your whole house in 15 minutes. If you get a phone call and somebody says, hey, we're on the edge of town, we'll be there in 15 minutes. You can spring clean the whole house in 15 minutes. But if you know you have 2 or 3 weeks, it takes you 2 or 3 weeks to get the same job done. So that's a little bit of an extreme example. I think to personally transitioning from being employed by an employer to when I went self-employed a little over 14, almost 15 years ago now, when I was still working full-time and then building my entrepreneurial business on the side, I worked my own business about 15 to 20 hours a week. And I still got everything done that I needed to, in addition to working my corporate job. Then when I resigned from my corporate job, having replaced that income with my entrepreneurial business, I was astounded at how paralyzed I was because I had so much time available. It literally paralyzed me. I had to learn how to plan my time, including even free time. And that sounds silly, to have planned, unplanned time, but that gave me the freedom to really enjoy that unplanned time because I knew I was free not to have to think about what needed to be done. And in the reverse, then when it was work time, I worked on the most important things and the most productive things because I knew I only had a certain amount of time to get it done rather than thinking, well, I have all day, or I have 3 hours. Versus knowing, okay, I've got 15 minutes left to meet my goal of when I wanted to have this done. So I just challenge you to think a little bit prospectively, retrospectively, and strategically about how this concept could really impact your life, thinking about work fits into the time allotted. So allot your time wisely and know what work needs to be done and be on purpose and intentional with it. I hope this helps you become more of who you're called to be and find freedom in the process.